Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the chief here in Borinquen Handmade, and in today's video we're going to be trying out a new swirl. I'm making this soap simple because I'm doing it for a little competition I entered, so it won't have any fancy tops or anything. Now that we added the lye water solution, I'm going to bring this to trace. Now that it's reached emulsification, I'm going to split it into two batches. So in order for my videos to download to my iPad so I can edit them, I have to stop the video when it gets to 8 minutes, because if I wait more, the video won't download. So now every time I have to be very aware of how much time I've taken. In the first one, I put in some titanium dioxide, which I'm going to add a bit more because it did not whiten enough for my liking. And in the second one, I poured in some Vibrance Mica from Nurture Soaps. Oh, this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm going to be adding a tad bit of Simone sparkles from Micas. I think I'm gonna just stick blend this. I didn't want it to get any thicker. That's why I was doing it by hand. The colors aren't taken as well as I want them to, but you gotta work with what you have, right? And I want this to be as light as possible. I mean, I don't want it to be too thick so I can pour it in easier, but I'm probably gonna have to wing it at this point. Now I'm going to divide these two into one. I'm gonna try to pour equal amounts of each color on each one. I'm pouring two more white than anything else. Here we go. Now I'm going to pour this into my mold without mixing it inside. So what I like to do is to tap it down, and then I start doing zigzag motions in this area. And then I go to a corner and do the same thing. And then I go to the other corner and do the same thing. I already did this one with one of another soap I was going to present at a certification I had. So I kind of know what I already have to do. Now we do the same thing with the rest of the batter. The trick is to not mix them inside. I mean, I know a lot of soapers, like when they do this technique, they do something similar to this technique, they put in their spatula and they mix it once and then they pour it again. But I don't. So the day I made this video, I'm not sure when I'm going to post it. I have planned like 3 more soap videos. This one is going to be for the presentation I'm going to do about the competition. I have to present some soap stuff, so I have to give the judges a little taste of my soaps. So I'm going to cut 5 differently, and the other 5 to keep. I'm either going to sell it or I'm going to just give it to my family. Because you guys know I always make a batch for my family and me. I already did this with the palm weaver, that it was representing a bird from Eastern Africa. So if you guys want to see the finished results, you can always go to my website. I wanted a flat top, so I might just scrape off the excess. I made a bit too much of this. A bit too much, but just a bit. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you've noticed that I used to do this to some of my previous soaps. I would scrape off the top and hope for the best so it looks flatter. I usually do this for my whipped topped soaps. Not whipped, my frosted soaps. It's usually what I do. So I'm definitely just gonna keep this for my family, because if y'all didn't notice, I did not put any scent into this soap. And I need it to have scent so the judges get wowed. I can always add an unscented to my website, because some people don't like scented soaps, so I could do that. So now I'm going to wait from 18 to 24 hours to cut this soap and not give it to judges. So I'm just gonna go back and do some more mix. And we're back the next day to cut this soap. I decided I was going to make it a facial bar. Since it's unscented, people who have fragrance allergies can use them. It loosened. This is what the bar looks like on the side. And on the other side. So since this is gonna be a facial bar, I'm going to do my standard facial bar size, which is this one if you haven't seen my previous videos. And this is how it looks on the inside. It looks very, very intricate. I'm liking this pattern. The first time I tried this swirl, it didn't end up like this, so with so defined lines. But this one I'm liking a lot more. So when the batter wasn't as accelerated, you could see the division of each line, but when it came to the top, it started turning into a blob. See, it happened again with this bar. Defined lines and then blob. So in my last facial video, I spoke about how I studied art for like 8 years. And I originally had a Patreon made for my recipes and sneak peek video of what creation I was going to do next, but I decided to just leave my Patreon for my drawings, so that way I can get more practice in. So aside from my artsy side, I think I also mentioned that I used to do archery. I don't have as much time now to do it, and basically when the field is opened, I'm in class and I always get home pretty late, so I don't have time to go to the field. And I could go in the mornings, but not a lot of people are there in the mornings, if barely any. But yeah, I used to do archery. I have quite a few medals worth of competitions. I don't have them in my house right now. They're in my mom's house. But yeah, I've traveled the whole spectrum. The only thing I haven't done is theater, because I suck at acting. I'm really bad at acting. I've tried a few sports. I was going to try my hand at surfing, but me and the ocean don't get along that well. Plus, I don't love the beach, which is ironic because I live on an island. So there's beaches everywhere and ocean everywhere in every corner. But I've never been a lover of the beach. Maybe because I've almost drowned a couple times and it was always in the beach. And I also don't like the sun that much. I like staying at home. I mean, I go out sometimes, but I prefer the comfort of my casa. Don't get me wrong, if there's, I don't know, like an activity, I could go, but I prefer like a calmer get-together in someone's house or in my house. I have gone out to party, like I can't deny that, but I really prefer staying at home. That's like my thing. Like the only way you can get me out, no question, no questions asked, and no excuses given is if we go eat pizza, because I love me some pizza. Not just any pizza. Artisanal pizza place we have over at the Capitol. They make incredible pizza. I love it. This one looks pretty cool. So I haven't made any high top soaps yet, but I do have quite a few designed. I haven't done them because they take a lot of time for me to make, and I usually don't have a lot of time to make the high tops. But I have over 18 of them designed already. After I make my next soap, and then I'm going to start making some high top for New Year's, most probably. I'm thinking of doing like a release for New Year's every year. Like, I usually don't close my shop to add more things, but I'm thinking that any soap I make in November or December, which is when I have a bit more time, I'm going to make a big release for them in New Year's. I'm still thinking about it. I want to make at least 5 different soaps or 6 for the release, so I need to think about it first. When I cut them through the middle, it looks like they have a zebra print. Again, these are unscented. For those of you who like a unscented bar of soap. It has a bit of shimmer at the top. You can't really see it with my camera, but it's around there somewhere. Okay, it didn't want to focus. But this soap is going to be available probably by the time I come out with this video, because I'm trying to do like a crafts video and then a soap video, or a drawing video and then a soap video, like mixing things up. But by the time this one comes out, it's probably going to be already in my shop, so check out my links down below. I'm going to be leaving you the names of the micas I used if you're interested. And I'm going to be leaving my socials if you want to follow me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, be kind to one another and let's help each other out.